You've probably seen the images, right? Towering figures going up in flames, huge royal parades with elephants, all-night dance parties. That's Dussehra. It's a festival that just completely lights up India with so many incredible celebrations. But behind all that energy, there's a really fascinating and, let's be honest, kind of confusing story.
See, here's the thing. You go to one part of the country, and it's all about Lord Rama's victory over the 10-headed demon king Ravana. Then you go somewhere else, and the story is about the warrior goddess Durga defeating a shape-shifting buffalo demon. So how can one single day be about two totally different epic victories? Well, let's figure it out. You know, I was scrolling online, and I found this comment from a Reddit user that just absolutely nails it. This is the key to the whole thing. The different stories aren't a mistake or a contradiction. It's just that depending on where you are, the story changes a little. But that core idea, that stays exactly the same.
So what is that core idea?
It's actually super simple, and it's something everyone, everywhere can get behind. It's about the triumph of good over evil. That's it. It doesn't matter which hero or which villain is in the story. It all boils down to that one powerful message. Righteousness wins. And you know, the name of the festival itself basically tells you the whole story. It's also called Vijayadashami, that's from Sanskrit, and it breaks down pretty easily. Vijaya means victory, and Dashami means the 10th day. So it's literally the 10th day of victory. It's the day the good guys finally won. All right, so to really get how this one festival can look so different in different places, we have to look at the two huge stories that power it. So let's dive in. So on one side, you have the epic story of the Ramayana. This is the version you'll hear most about in northern and central India. And on the other side, you have the Devi Mahatma, which is a sacred text that's central to the celebrations in the east and down south. Two different stories, but as we'll see, one big theme. Okay, so the Ramayana story is probably the one you're most familiar with. It's the classic tale of Lord Rama, who, after this long drawn-out battle, finally defeats the 10-headed king Ravana. And this story isn't just told, it's performed. All across northern India, they have these amazing folk plays called Ramlila that go on for nights. And it all leads up to Dussehra, when they burn these massive, spectacular effigies of Ravana. Now for the second great story. Over in eastern India, especially places like Bengal and Odisha, and also in parts of the south, Dussehra is the final 10th day of a 9-night festival called Navratri. And here, the hero is the incredible warrior goddess Durga. The legend says she was created from the combined power of all the gods to fight the buffalo demon Mahishasura. The battle raged for 9 days, and on the 10th, she finally won. And that victory is celebrated as Durga Puja. So, you've got these two powerhouse myths, right? Now let's go on a quick tour across India and see how these stories have sparked this incredible variety of traditions. It's pretty amazing. First stop, Mysore. Their Dussehra is world famous, and for good reason. This isn't just a festival, it's a full-on royal spectacle. The absolute highlight is this massive procession with elephants all decorated and marching through the streets, and the lead elephant carries what's called the golden hara. It's a throne made of 750 kilograms of solid gold, with an idol of the goddess Chamundeshwari, who is the form of Durga that won the great battle right there in Mysore. Okay, now for a total change of scenery, we're heading up into the mountains of Himachal Pradesh. In Kulu, Dussehra is totally different. It's a week-long festival that's basically a gathering of the gods. Hundreds of local village deities are carried down from the hills to Kulu to pay their respects to Lord Raghunath, who is their name for Rama. It's all about community and devotion. And get this, there's no effigy burning here at all. Now let's go over to Gujarat, because this is where the whole celebration becomes one giant dance party. For the 9 nights of Navaratri, entire towns and cities just come alive with these incredible folk dances called Garba and Dandiya Ras. People dance late into the night, every single night, all to honor Goddess Durga. The energy is just electric. But there's another really fascinating layer to this festival, especially down south. It's called Ayudha Puja, which means the worship of tools, and it's exactly what it sounds like. On this day, people honor the tools of their trade. And I don't just mean ancient weapons. We're talking about mechanics blessing their wrenches, students laying out their books and laptops, bus drivers decorating their vehicles. It's this beautiful moment of gratitude for the things that help us make a living. And in many homes in South India, you'll see something else that's really cool. Bomala Kaluvu. Families set up these elaborate tiered displays of dolls.
And these aren't just for decoration, they're like a visual encyclopedia. They tell stories from mythology, show scenes from village life. It's a really creative way for families to pass down their heritage and values to the kids. Okay, so we've seen the epic stories and the spectacular traditions, but I want to circle back to the most famous image of Dussehra, the big fire, because it has a history that might really surprise you. I mean, when you picture Dussehra, that's probably what you think of first, right? The massive, fiery effigy of Ravana. It's the grand finale in so many cities. But was it always done this way? Where did that actually come from? Well, believe it or not, the answer is no. Historians have found that this large-scale public burning of Ravana is actually a pretty modern thing. It really took off after 1947, when India gained its independence. It became this powerful new symbol for a new country, celebrating its own victory over oppression. And this makes a lot of sense when you go back and read the original Ramayana. It never mentions burning Ravana's body. In fact, after the battle, Lord Rama orders that Ravana be given a proper, respectful funeral. The epic actually shows him as a really complex character. Yeah, he was a villain, but he was also a brilliant scholar, an amazing musician, and a seriously devoted follower of Lord Shiva. So this all points to a much deeper, more personal meaning of the festival. Maybe the most important fire isn't the one raging outside. Maybe the real victory of Dussehra is supposed to be an internal one. A chance for each of us to burn away our own 10 heads of negativity. Things like arrogance, jealousy, greed, and ignorance. So when you boil it all down, whether it's through the story of Rama or the story of Durga, Dussehra is really just reinforcing these timeless human values. It's about having the courage to do the right thing, about the power of working together, about showing respect for your tools and your trade, and about the importance of being loyal and compassionate. And that kind of leaves us with one last big question. The festival celebrates victory over these ancient, epic demons, but its theme challenges us to look around and to look within and ask, what are the demons we face today? What are the modern forms of injustice, corruption, or ignorance that we need to find the courage to stand up to and overcome?